This is the continuation of the Backstage view. So this is tutorial 2B. If you're just watching this, you need to go back and have a look at tutorial 2A first, because that's the first section. This is the continuation of the Backstage view, and we're going to be covering the versions. Now, as you can see on screen now, I have just got the little block of text, and I've done a red, green and blue. Now I'm just going to highlight them up like so, and I'm just going to put them back to automatic colour. Now you'll see why in a second. Now let's imagine I've been working on my document and I've put it back to normal, but I would like to look at a previous version of Word that I've been working on. What you do is you go to the Backstage view, which is clicking on this tab, you go to the info on this here, and then you've got down here, look, and you've got manage your versions. Now notice here we've got the previous versions that's been open on this document. Now if I click this one, for instance, yeah, or this one's just with the red one, the red text. This is the red and green text, so I can click it and I can open it. Now notice it's still that my other document is still behind here, and this one is opened up. Now it will say I can compare it or I can restore it, yeah, or I can go file, save as, keep this as a colour version. If I just close that down, don't save, I don't want to save that. Let's click on this one. There's that one with that one on, okay, that don't save, okay. Let's click on this one, and there's the three coloured ones. Does that make sense? So I can pick a previous version of autosave that I want, and then I can go down to like file, save as, colour version and things like that. Really good, yeah. You can compare them, look, and you can say compare, and that's all the three versions that I had. There's the three colours, that one there's the original as I've got here, and that one's just with the red and blue, yeah. So it is a really good way of working with previous versions, yeah. Quite nice, quite handy at times as well. I'm just not going to save these, I'm just going to get rid of them because I don't need to, yeah. And it's also telling you, look, a newer version is available, meaning a more recent version. So it's all good and dandy. Now then, I don't want to save them, so I can come back around that, yeah. Now this one is the recent. Now this recent is really good. I like it. It's you know, it's handy for me. But this shows you a list of recently opened documents that you've been working on. Down here I can quickly access the number of recent documents, so I could say I want to see the last 10, 5, you know, whatever number I want. I just spin this number up or down here. Notice here I've got this one pinned in place. Now the reason I've got this one pinned in place is because I don't want that moving down the list as I open other documents, and it won't as long as I've got it pinned in place. If I remove the pin, notice how it's moved down already, and I don't want it to move down because I'm working on it. It's an ongoing project, so I need it at the top all the time. So when I want to open it, I just go to File, Recent, bang, and I know it's there straight at the top. I might have a couple of documents that I'm working on at the same time, and that would be the same thing. I would just pin them in place, and I really find it handy and useful. Over here you've got the recent places. This is fantastic because it's telling you where to put the where you've put the documents, and that is really handy. So that is good if you're on a big server. If you're on a massive big server, that is really good, yeah. Fantastic new little tool, well worth a look at. This one is new, and if you put this on, you've got this is where you can put your new blank documents, your new my templates, if you've got templates that you were working on, things like that. Really nice. Down here you've got the Microsoft build up, so you've got agendas, calendars, certificates, you know, and you have to download some of them, and that's fine. Just download them. I don't use a lot of them, to be quite honest with you, because I've already got my documents set up, but they are handy if I want to knock a quick CV up or something like that, so just go and get it. Print, guys, this is really good. This is the new print preview. You've got your slider here so you can actually see it, and there you can see, yeah, brilliant. It is really good. I like this way better because I can see what the document's looking like, and I've got all my printer settings over here. Now this obviously is the print. I click on the print and then number of copies. So if I want 3 copies, for instance, I would just put a number 3 in there, and away it goes, it does number 3. It is as easy as that. Down here is the printer. You've got the arm on a Canon MP550. If I click here, I might have another printer that I will send to. Some offices you go in, they've got like a in-office printer with a draft, quick print system on it, and then they've got another printer where they would do like fine printing, better printing when it's going out. So you would just select your printer you want at this point. I'll obviously leave it on the Canon. You can see the printer properties. Now this would depend on what printer you've got to what properties would be in. Hewlett Packard and Canon and LaserJet, they're all different printers, Lexus printers, they all have different properties. But here I can say photo printing, plain paper, quality paper, change of paper, size of paper, orientation of paper. I can, high quality printing, I can pretty much do and set what I want. Then you come down here and you've got your settings for your printer. Now this, you can print all pages in a document. You can print the current page, custom range, absolutely. You can print document properties, list of markup styles. Absolutely brilliant. Just have a little look at it, you'll be quite impressed. Over here you can tell it what pages you want to print. So let's imagine that I've got a document that's 10 pages big. I've found a spelling error on page 2, then I put a comma in, and I found one on 4, and I put a comma in, and I found one on 6, and I put a comma in. What that will, sorry, I don't need the last comma. What that will do, it will print pages 2, 4 and 6. So it's nice and handy. I'm only printing 3 instead of 10. If I've got a massive document and I've found an error on page 2, let's imagine, and then page 8 hyphen 12, what that will do, it'll print number 2, and then it'll go number 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and both 8 and 12 are inclusive of the print. So again, it's when you've already run to print and then you only want particular numbers. Commas are single pages, hyphen is a block. But it's a really handy way of doing things. Print only one-sided. You might want to print like a booklet, so you print both sides, and you can manually print both sides. It depends on your printer really, to be honest with you. But this is what I'd have to do because my printer doesn't support the double-side printing. So, but again, it's really good. And collate copies. Now we've got it left. If I got 3 copies, it would do 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and that's how we would want it, or that's how I would want it. But if I don't want it like that, I can say print me uncollated, meaning give me 3 copies of number 1 and then number 2 and then number 3. When we're doing manuals and things like that, we do want them collated because I don't want to sit there sorting all papers out at end of the print. It's murder. Then you've got orientation of your paper. I can change it landscape or portrait. A4, I can change the size of the paper, I can change the margins if I want to, and I can say how many pages per sheet. To be quite honest with you guys, if you're changing margins and orientation of paper and size of paper at this point, then you've done it wrong. You need to be setting these before you even start typing. Or that's my opinion of it anyway. You can click on page setup here and it'll go and get the dialog box and set you so you're doing your page setup. Nice and handy, but this is certainly the wrong time to be doing it. You should be doing it at the very beginning of the document. But this is good because you've got all the print options there. And then you've got save and send. Now the save and send is fantastic because on this section of it I can save and send it as an attachment in an email, which is good. Me personally, I would save the document, go to Outlook and then put it that way, but I might want to go straight direct from here. Save to the web. I can save it up to the web. That's good, because a lot of web places now are giving you space to store your work and put it up on the web and things like that. Save to SharePoint. If you're using SharePoint, you can publish it as a blog. You can change the file type. Now this file type is quite important, because if you're doing a document and you're sending it, you're working in 2010 and you're sending it to someone who's got 2003 or 97, you have to change the file type. So here you would have to tell it what file type that you want. It might just be a plain text document, rich text format, because anything can read it. There's a lot of reasons why you may want to change the file type. Okay, you can do this in the options as well, but it might be just on this one particular document that you do. You can create PDF or XPS documents. That is really good. It'll create you a PDF document. Then you've got this one, the help. Now the help system is really good. I would say to you, the one tip that I could give you with regards to this help is, when you get the help up, just type in what you would ask a person. So if you want to know how to create or how to set up a mail merge, you would just say in the help, how do I set up a mail merge? It uses a language called IntelliSense, and it'll go away and it'll try and find you the best results on what you've typed in. It is a good help system, guys, trust me. Have a little play with it. Now, on that note, I'm going to shut this video down because they are coming up too long. So thank you very much for your time. I hope you found it informative. I will do the next one, the options part. I'll do that in the tutorial 2. It'll be C, because this is going to be B. So if you want to check the options part out, go to my videos and look for tutorial 2C. Like I say, thanks very much for watching. I hope you found it informative. Don't forget to check my other videos out, and remember, if you subscribe with us, we will do requests. So if you're stuck on a particular problem, or if you want to know how to set tables or mail merge or anything like that, just subscribe, drop us an email, and we'll do you a video just as soon as we can.